we are breaking out this, the Tamiya. This is from their Tamiya Craft Tools selection. The Electric Handy Drill. This is a Japanese company that makes these little kits. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, we had previously, some time back, assembled this monster truck, a little four-wheel drive monster truck that I believe still has batteries in it, so I should be able to turn it on if I can remember where the on-off switch is. Maybe I have no idea where the switch is. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Let's open it up. Let's open it up and see. If I even know how to open it up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, where is the switch on this thing? I do want to get the batteries out of this. Let's see. I feel like I'm... Yeah. I know that the switch on this is fairly prevalent. Once you use it. Oh, here it is. It's on the front. And let's see. Yeah, look at that. Still goes. Love that. And I know there's a way to take this body off. I just don't remember how. I believe it's with these clips here. Yeah, there we go. This clips off of here. I'm going to take the batteries out because we're going to need them for this drill. Ta-da! Who is Vanessa? Why does her lunchbox have a monster truck? It was called Vanessa's Lunchbox because it's a van. Get it? Like Van Nessa? No idea why lunchbox. That's one of those weird, I think there's probably something lost in translation for that. But this is essentially the old Rolling Thunder monster truck from the 80s, one of the OGs, a truck that actually did reside in Japan until it was disassembled. And as far as who Vanessa is, I believe that's her driving the little cartoon of the truck in the picture. All right. But we need to assemble this drill. I'm really looking forward to this. Cellophane tape on the sides here. Drill set not included, so I may need to order a little drill set to go with this. All right. We'll see. Oh, it's got more tape. Boy, they really they wanted this thing to be secure. It did it, by God. Did it. That says it. No, I don't think I actually need a drill to make it. What I was saying is I believe that the drill bits, there's an additional little bit of drill bits that you can get for it that did not come with it. All right, so here's a lot of our parts that are all on sprues. Love the old sprue style of model making. Some additional sprue bits here. And then these are all our little hardwares, little motor, little grease, some gears. There is at least one drill bit that comes in there. And then this company does a great job with their instructions for that from working on the previous piece. All right, so it says, items required for assembly, a large and small screwdriver. I can get those. Long nose pliers, I have those. Side cutters, I keep present at all times. Modeling knife and double A's. All right, so we're gonna quickly wander about the old shop here and get the parts we need. We need a little modeling knife. Got it. That's one down. Feel good about that. All right, large and small screwdriver. That'll only take me a second. I do keep a fairly neat and tidy workshop here. Large screwdriver. A series of small ones. I don't know how small they need, but we'll We'll just stick with, I think. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think that's two disparate sizes. That'll cover some bases. All right. Actual screwdrivers that I got while I was in Japan at a tool store there. All right. Small screwdriver and needle nose plier. I always keep a few pairs of those. Let's see. They're over here where they actually belong. Yeah, of course they are. Ah, beautiful. I got to tell you guys, there are some tools in my collection. When there are some tools in my collection that were gifted to me by my dad when I bought the house here because I was putting together the workshop, and he just went in his garage and anything that he had a nicer, newer version of, or anything that he had, a double of, he kind of gifted me. This set of needle nose pliers, these were my dad's while I was growing up. Trying to see if there might be a year forged in them anywhere, but there doesn't appear to be. These are the needle nose pliers I used on every project I worked on as a kid growing up. They are still in my collection and still function beautifully today. Love when that stuff happens. Okay. We're going to break out these directions. This looks fairly straightforward here. So let's go ahead and clear our working field a little bit. Get everything out of the way here. Okay. So we are starting with the battery terminal, it says. Had me grab the knife. Might as well use it to open these bags. Sticker there. What that is. Little screw of gears. Screw up the big parts, and what is this? Oh, it's a little sticker. It says Electric Handy Drill. That is adorable. We're definitely putting that with. All right. And we got these little bits here. Ooh, ah. The really little bits in here. And where they go. Wow, yeah, these are some little itty bitty bits going on here. Okay, yeah, keep that nearby. Don't have to dump all those out yet. Also itty bits. At least one of these I see that I need first step. So that piece. I'm also going to get this piece. These are both in the first step there. There we go. This gray bit here is one I need. So, growing up, I remember always twisting pieces off the screws, but as a grown-up, I like using a nice pair of flush cutters. Saves me from doing a bunch of cleanup on the screws. When I was a kid, I'd have to sand down the little nips and edges from the screws that were still stuck there. But now they come off nice and clean. All right, so like this. This goes here. Oh, lovely! Look at that. Just clicks right in. This is something I discovered building the other pieces. Every little piece just clicks where it needs to be. This goes on this other side like that. Kind of pop into place. Yeah. Boom. Okay, step one is complete. There we go. There's the little click I was looking for. Beautiful. All right. Just a little, because I'm working a little bit tighter to the body than I've been showing, so I want to make sure everything's in frame as much as possible. Okay, so that is step one. Step 2 is putting the primary gear onto the motor. Primary gear is the little one that's in here. Okay. The way it shows to do it is to put that there and then to press on the back here. Nice. Yeah, nice and flush. There we go. All right. And then we attach that to the assembly that we just made. Goes gear out. Part goes up and in here, and then I think the whole thing kind of clicks in place. Let's see. Yeah, very nice. Look at that. You'll love to see it. And that's got all of our contact points in touch, so that'll give power to the motor. Love that. All right, and now we are moving on to, ooh, this next step has a bunch of parts involved. All right, we're going to set this little assembly out of the way for now. Put this grease out of the way and this piece here. Now we got to cut some more sprue bits. There's 1/2 of our drill. Other 1/2 of our drill. Out of the way. See, goes in play up here. See that we're going to need this piece. Go. This is a really cool little kit. I'm going to be really excited when this works at the end of the stream. Good about that. Everything. We got piece 7. All right, so we got this piece as well. The pieces are all numbered, and it's pretty well labeled that this is the B sprue, and then every one of these pieces has a little number next to it. So that's really nice that they've done that. See, we also need B4. B4, B6. That's it for B8 as well. Oh man.
I'm Johnny Knoxville. This is the tidal wave.
Concepts just redeemed hydrate.
I love that the robot pronounced Concept JT as Concept. Thankfully, like I said, gotta have everything ready before you start the stream. So absolutely capable of hydrating. All right. So this is a big step with a bunch of pieces. So we're really like kind of going through and making sure that I have everything I need for this, because there are a lot of bits and bobs here. Okay. It's from this. Oh my goodness. They really just stuffed all this into one step. Let's see. Not this piece yet. Not this piece yet. Set a bunch of these in the not yet pile. But we are using the spring here. That's a start. We are using this gimmick with the spring. We are using this little spring. And that would be that for that bag. And then we need the bushings out of here. So at least one little bitty bushing. Yeah, there it is. And that goes with this. Trying to make sure I only use the right pieces with them. Let's see, some of these okay, so this one is in that upper pile, this one is in the lower pile. I like that they have the measurement of the exact screws there. Felt like a good time for the hydrate now that the field is set. Yeah. This has been a really cool little setup. I think I actually, looking at this, I need to get a slightly finer screwdriver than I grabbed, but thankfully I have a great big set of really tiny screwdrivers of kind of all variety. It is a huge plethora of tiny little electronic screwdrivers. Alright, so I'll have little pictures on it. Might be too fine. Let's see. This is close. Maybe still a little too fine. Double fine if you. This is what we need. That's the one. That's the one right there. Alright, gonna set that out of the way for the moment. Alright, and I think we can begin this process here. So this is two halves of working on just this one piece here. So it is two diagrams in one of everything that needs to happen. I think. We'll know in a minute, I suppose. Yeah. All right. Pretty complicado, but I'm into it. So it's this first. We take this little guy, this shaft stopper, goes in here. On it goes this spring. Above that goes this little guy, which goes down there. Okay, good. Good about that. He's jealous that I am. Got this piece. It's down here. That gets slightly smaller of the screws. Presumably it gets tightened up. So this has to go on the side. Let's put a little back. This is very finicky stuff. Got a piece trying to jump from the table out of the gear leads. Right, since nothing's finer than Scott Steiner. Yeah, there's little bits here that are a little complicated and a little tricky. I'm gonna do that upper piece after. This piece is the hard part first. Go like that. Cool. There. It's here. Done that. Aha! This is the better way to do it. That is hard to hold. Holy cow. This is the joy of doing this on streams. Everyone gets to watch me. But, you know, it's fun. You all get to experience it right along with me. Hope everyone's enjoying watching this struggle. Someone throw some cheers in the chat. When this gets done, I want to see emotes and stuff. It's the hardest part. Is this as excruciating to watch as it is to do? I hope so. Misery loves company. And that was absolutely bound to happen, that a piece would end up on the floor. Thankfully, it didn't. I don't think it went very far. But it is a gray piece on a gray floor. I did find it right away, though. Yeah, it's true. This and Silk Song are virtually the same experience. Alright, so this has to go here. Like that. This has to somehow be held on the other side. Oh, like that. Ha 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 ha. Aha. Now it's working. Now we're getting where we want to be. Yeah. There we go. Of course, I got one part of that backwards. Got there, but then I had to read it. That's okay. Now I figured out the trick. Because there is a trick to it. One of those tricks is to read the directions wrong. Yeah. I didn't realize that those two parts pop together like a frickin' Lego. It would have been way easier if I thought for a second that that was a possibility. Took one moment of looking at the piece more carefully. Right. And there we go. Good. Good. Yes. Excellent. All right. That is one thing done. Drop this back in. Put that spring back on it like we did before. This piece is going to pop up this here. Excellent, excellent. Good, good, good. All right, so that is half of that diagram done. Feel good about that. Who's jealous of that? There are some bits here that it's telling me to grease, but they're actually going to be not really key pieces there. This is going to go. Piece. piece. This piece goes first. Oh, this is the trigger. Let's see. See how this works. There it is. Aha, excellent. Struggle, succeed, dopamine, repeat. Yeah, that's the build process, really. Okay. So there's a little bushing piece that's going to go on. And this is they really got it all figured out here. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. This goes in there like that. This piece drops down on top of the whole mess like that. Little bushing. Appears to go from underneath. Can that be right? Oh, okay. Hold on to that for a sec. Wow, this piece has to go underneath like that. Oh, no, what a terrible bit of torture. That's okay. So like that. This guy does a little. Oh, that's cool. Little inlet for it there. Love that. And there's was there a washer in here? I didn't see a washer anywhere. Oh, there is. Oh my god, there's so many more little pieces. Oh my god, you guys. Little bits here. Glad I noticed that bag. Holy cow. Little washer. All screwed. Right? Now we can go back to where we were in the build. Press on here. To where it's going to go. Like that. It goes like that. Slightly bigger screwdriver. This one's a little bit too small. Let's see, this is a I hope everyone's enjoying the struggle. Yeah, that's going to be the one. Now I can come back and put it. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Our little trigger operation. Pretty good. All right. So that's all good. That is that half. Now we're building the gearbox. Uh-oh. Holy moly. This This is where it gets gross. This is where we actually need to break out the thing of grease that they provided us, because this will require it for sure. This is where we get these slightly bigger bits here. Yeah, the drill bit that it came with, we don't need it. All right, we're making some real progress now. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So we need this screw. We need C1. It's this very first one. Wait, I don't know if it's better to clip this or not. Maybe it is. Yeah, I think it's okay. Flipping off of the edge of gears is wild business, I tell you. Doesn't feel right. Feel right at all. Alright, and this will be where we have to use those needle noses to clamp on some C-clips, but let's go ahead and we need this piece. This is going to get a little grease on it. We only have a plastic bushing with this. If there's actually any grease in the tube. There we go. There's some. Gotta really squeeze them. They wanted this to go all over the inside of this thing. They kidding me? Wow. Barely anything. Alright, so our bushing is on here. That back. And this gear goes on here. This way. That, and then we got a C clamp. C clamps are such a pain. Really not looking forward to doing they're a pain anytime, let alone on camera. But I'm here for the content, so let's suffer, I guess. Even picking it up is hard. Right, there we go. It's lined up where it needs to be. Let's see if we get it on the first try. No, of course not. This is great content. People do this. There's people who assemble electronics for a living. So I guess if someone throws some cheers in the chat, technically I'll be doing it for a living too. Something. But it's not something interesting. Just something to think about. I have no idea where that went. Couldn't have fallen off the table. Oh, I see it. Underneath a screw. If anyone has any tips on how to do this, here are them. Try this. Maybe this is the way to do it. Well, that was not the way to do it. Squeezing it that tight, it just flew. I'm never finding that one again. Have to grab them. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We're pushing up on the end of the stream here. I don't know if we're going to get it done. What's going to happen? Actually, if I have to go find that other C clamp, which I'm pretty sure I probably will. Aha! Ha 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 ha! Yes! Yes! There is no way I'm finding that other one. Let's glance and see. Does another C clamp come up here, or is that the only one? If that's the only one, that's fantastic news. Oh my god. God, I think that other one was a spare. Yeah, I don't see another one used anywhere. Big day, you guys. Come on, let's go. Okay, so finishing this bit here. Have to do this back here. Washer. And then there's some kind of spacer piece. Aha! C5. So the C is, and this is number 5. Oh. Squeeze on there. This piece is going to go in here. C4 goes on the end of that. That's this piece. Guys, this might actually work out. This might work out. Said it couldn't be done. This whole assembly down in here, like so. Yeah, look at that. That's looking good. Let's go. The next shaft assembly is to be pretty easy. Literally just this going into the other big seat. Skip. You need C3. He does have that piece out. So excited to see how the whole thing fit. Let's skip over the piece. Can't do that. That would have made for a very functional drill. Alright, so we're going to pull this up. I'm going to pull this out. And then this piece goes in like so, with this piece on the end. Now we're getting some. That's where we need that. And this piece is here. Like so. Yeah, look at that. Come on. That's looking really good. Feel good about that. Okay. So now we're getting to our our assembly here. Now, interestingly, this does go in here. This goes bottom. Oh, like this. Not like that. That makes sense. This piece, guys, we're almost done with this. This is great. This is all coming together. I think we're going to time out really close to the 11 o'clock mark where I like to end these streams. Feeling good about that. Got a big week ahead. We got a big stream tomorrow. Mystery stream. No clue what we're doing. That's good. But why not? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Pops in like that. Holds the whole trigger thing in place. I like that. Guys, this design is so cool. Like, come on. Get a load of all this. How often do we get to see how the insides of a basic control might work? I say might work because this isn't exactly like. Alright, so the second half now, we're about ready to go on. We need our motor build that we did at the very beginning, which goes in up here like this. Let's see it. Let's see it. There we go. Just like that. See how the motor's going to work with it now. I like that a lot. Okay. Yeah, and now we go on with this piece. I'll line everything up carefully, make sure it's actually on right. It should kind of click on. Yeah, like that. For all good sounds. Drop in these screws, tighten these up. A regular size screwdriver this time. Day Without Darkness with the gift sub to Johnny Torres. Thank you, my friend. Thank you as all. I don't have my soundboard, but promotional consideration paid for by the follow. Hope you're all enjoying the very chill, very slow-moving, relaxed stream here. Again, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, I will be live playing something. Who knows what? Be anything. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, so this is our this is our chuck. Just goes on like so. It's going to be what tightens up around our bit, or it doesn't. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I can feel it clicking and working. All right, we're just about ready to give this a shot. We got the last couple of pieces. There's 2 chuck pieces, really? A big and a little chuck. Wow. Okay. There's one a backup. I wonder if they're the same. I got to compare the pieces now. One a backup, or are they different? Oh yeah, look at that. They are. They're for different sizes. Really interesting that we have the 2 there. Let's get a look at what size drill bit came with it. Came with one that can be tightened on that, but won't fit into this one. So we're going to put the little one aside and save that for other projects, or if we need it in here for a particularly small bit of something. We'll go ahead and attach our chuck. I just realized this is the lock for the chuck, so I got to hold that down so that I can tighten it. Let it go. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right. We got to clip off our battery cover. We got to put our batteries in, and we got to give this thing its first test. Let's see, so this is going to go. That. Everything's going to go. That. We're going to. Put this guy in. Quite the satisfying click I wanted. Huh. Doesn't want to fit right. Let's get a look. Something's in a wonky spot. You know, I want this thing to be right. There we go. Now it clicked in. Okay. I'll loosen this up. We're going to put in the bit that came with it. We can click them down. All right, and unlock. All right, and here goes. Moment of truth, you guys. Let's watch that drill bit. Come on. You kidding me? Come on, get a load of that. That is so sick. All right, hang on. I'm going to get a bunch of this stuff out of the way. I'm glad that they included a bunch of little bitty extras. They included some extra washers. That extra C-clip was real important because I definitely sent one flying across the room with the pliers. Was never going to find that, especially not on stream. So I'm going to set these extra little bits and bobs aside. Grab these screws and what have you. Extra bit of grease here. I'm going to chuck all this, get the tools out of the way. And we got to drill something, right? Like we did all that work. We got to drill a hole into something. Came all this way. All right. Always put your tools away when you're done with a project. A project is not done until you have cleaned up the working. I genuinely mean. Just setting my screwdrivers back where they go, putting trash where the trash goes. Got to put those pliers away, and then we gotta drill something. I think we're gonna, we'll try a few different things, but I think we start on a popsicle stick. See about putting just a little hole through a popsicle stick. That seems hobby grade tool use, right? I certainly think so. Hey, it is Cal. What's up, Cal? Figured I'd see if anyone was streaming. Yeah, I just got done assembling this little Japanese kit for a little bitty hobby drill. Runs on 2 AA batteries. A stark contrast to most of my tools. I'm putting a few things away now and lecturing everyone about keeping their workspaces clean. But it's a nice thing to have because when I've done drilling on small pieces before, I've used these massive tools, which are overkill for a lot of the small work that I do. The little toy making. But this little thing that runs on 2 little AA batteries that we just built on stream comes from a Japanese toy company that I've built some of their other kits. They have some monster truck kits and those things. I actually picked up this monster truck from them in Japan. And this is the box it came in. I also have another one I need to build on stream sometime. I have a second monster truck kit. And one day I'll get to that on stream, but I picked up 2 when I was in Japan because they were exceedingly affordable. Just kind of absurdly inexpensive. But yeah, I gotta see if this thing actually like work. Oh man, we got sawdust. Oh, wow. Oh, drill bit came loose. That's interesting. Noted. All right. There we go. Put that all the way back in there. Oh, it's really hobby grade, toy grade. What can I say? Pulling the bit out. Interesting. Yeah, got to figure this one out. Overkill is a monster truck that ran in the 90s. Boy, ain't that true. Out of an X67. I hope they named it after the Men at Work song. Yeah, it does in fact drill a little bitty hole, but we got to figure out how to tighten this this chuck down a little bit better because it just starts to spin the motor after a while. I believe this is supposed to lock it. Oh, and maybe it does. Okay. Okay, good. All right, let's try it again. See what we do here. Okay. I mean, it definitely drilled a hole that you can see through. Guys, that actually made pretty quick work of that. And that's on wood. This is primarily intended. Hey, there's the other C-clamp I thought I lost. Huh. Guys, good day. We built a drill and got a bag of spare parts. But yeah, now I want to try putting holes in plastic. Here we go. I have a prototype that I made, 3D printed prototype of a slightly larger version of my monster truck toys. Let's just try one of them in a discrete spot no one will notice. Let's go right into the chassis here. Man, that truck loves to come undone, huh? Yeah. So because I primarily work on plastic and stuff, yeah, how well does it work on skin? I don't need to find out. These ones will do skin, so it's already taken care of. Yeah, deathmatch weapon for a little bitty deathmatch. Yeah, I'm exceeding. I can't believe that worked so kind of smoothly. You know, I thought I'd run into some kind of difficulty with it. I don't know where this sticker is supposed to go on here, but I kind of want to put it on here somewhere. Bottom. Oh, I'll worry about the sticker some other time. But that is, we are wrapping up here. That was about it for tonight's stream. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I am going to check and see if someone is streaming. We will go raid them because there's all kinds of good homies that raid that stream on a Wednesday night. Oh, it looks like our options are either going to be we can raid the sumo tournament with Midnight Sumo, or we can go pop over to Frank Howley's channel. Let's see what Frank's up to. If he's watching some Joshi or something. But yeah, of course he is. So he's watching Stardom. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Frank Howley. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. We will be back up in the studio doing some gaming. Not sure what we're going to play just yet, but lots of options. I might post something in the Discord, maybe a poll on what we play. I might just pick something myself. Thank you all so much for hanging out on Workshop Wednesday. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Take it easy, my friend.